Now, there are lots of people who think that they're athletes who probably shouldn't, and the top of my list would be darts players and guitarists. Yes, we're talking about warming up to play the guitar, and I'm going to not only bust a few myths around warm-ups for the guitar, but also show you the two main things that I have done that have kept my hands injury-free while playing the guitar for the last 20 years. The first thing we want to talk about is how you will not get injured playing the guitar by having cold hands. This is because the amount of strain that goes through your fingers to press down a string is minimal. You are talking about a few hundred grams if it were a weight to press down the string and hold it against the fret. You would use tons more strain in your fingers in everyday life, like carrying the shopping or maybe taking something out of the car, I don't know. So if you think that you can damage your hands from playing the guitar, this is the very first myth we want to bust. Here's the list of things that you can discard out of your guitar playing and enjoy it instead. Yes. The only reason you want to be doing anything like that is if you've got a very specific idea in your technique that you're trying to improve, that you are targeting like a laser pointer down to one exercise that'll help you improve it. But these as warm-ups are going to do absolutely nothing, so let's throw them out the window. I can already hear a bunch of you screaming that when my hands are warm I play better, they feel terrible when they're cold. Absolutely yes. We're not going to be avoiding injury by warming them up, but they will absolutely get more nimble and you'll be able to play much more fluidly when your hands both are higher temperature and your blood flow has gone up. So what can we do to get this nice nimble fluidity in our playing and discard all of that other stuff that we don't want to do? Here are two things that are going to help. Firstly, putting your hands under a warm tap and holding them there until the temperature of your hand has gone up. This is especially useful in winter when you might have generally colder hands than normal. The next one is playing the guitar after you've done some kind of activity. So after you've been for a walk, gone to the gym, anything like that that's going to increase your circulation. And increased circulation is going to have your hands feeling more nimble, more blood flow, warmer in general, so the fluidity in your playing will increase. So if these are the things I do to get my hands nimble, instead of the scales and exercises and anything else, what is it that I do to prevent injury on the guitar? Because that is the key reason why most people talk about warming up to play the guitar. There is one and only one thing that is going to damage your hands on the guitar, and that is bad technique. If you're in the wrong positions, so that you're straining your shoulder on this side or your wrist is kicking out on the other side, anything that's going to add strain will absolutely give you injuries on the guitar. These could include RSI, carpal tunnel, tendinopathy, tendinitis. Any of these different things you will hear people complaining about, they are from 100% bad technique. So what is the one thing you can do to stop these injuries? Well, improve the mechanics behind your playing. If you're holding the guitar in the right way, if you don't have the strains in your shoulders, you've got the mobility around your hand so that you can play what you like without the tension, without the strain that causes the injuries, then the only thing we need to do is maybe pop our hands under a warm tap to get the temperature up and we're good to go. Most of the warm-up routines and various things you see people talk about on the guitar, they were pulled over from different gym things, different athletic areas, but they're out of context on the guitar. Because absolutely, if you're deadlifting something heavy, or if you're doing pole vaulting, whatever that activity is, those put high levels of strain on your muscles, tendons, joints, ligaments. Those can damage your body if you're not warmed up properly. On the guitar, we don't have these strains, we don't need to worry about getting damaged unless our technique is out of place. So all you need to do is look at what areas of your technique you can improve and then getting your hands feeling that little bit more nimble by raising their temperature so that they can move fluidly and maybe getting your blood flow going a little bit more. So if you're going to enjoy getting rid of these different warm-up routines and replacing them with something far more effective, like, follow, subscribe, all of the good stuff, because I'm going to be putting out a ton more videos to help you push forward your technique, bust some myths on the guitar, and generally make you an absolute badass on the guitar. Also, on the subject of warming up and how technique is the bit that's going to injure you, check out this video on guitar position, where I break down exactly what you should do to avoid injuries, and the last point in there is one that I guarantee you haven't heard of before. I'll see you in there.